Hi, Honest Discussioner here. My last video was kind of on doing that whole corny reporting thing, talking about my first troll, which hasn't talked to me since, so maybe he has left. And also that quote by that guy named E.W. Jackson, Bishop E.W. Jackson. And just, I want to reiterate that I feel this man is a major hypocrite. To say that we are just a nation of Christians, to criticize Barack Obama for claiming that we are a nation of Christians, Muslims, Hindus, Buddhists, and non-believers. He criticized that statement because he's trying to redefine who we are. We've been a white nation for a very long time, but I don't think Mr. Jackson or Bishop Jackson would have any problem, and I don't have any problem either, claiming that this is a nation of blacks and whites and Asians, Pacific Islanders, and every other nationality you can imagine, because all of them have come here at some point. We are a nation we're basically a melting pot. So I find that statement very hypocritical, in case anyone misunderstood what I was trying to say. This video is going to be about faith, but because I think it's a very interesting and important topic to the discussion of religion. But first, beer. I'm just going to briefly introduce yet another Samuel Adams Winter Lager, which contains not only ginger and an orange peel, or a hint of orange peel, but cinnamon from Southeast Asia. Apparently they traveled around the world to try to find the best cinnamon out there. It is a nice dark lager, only available in, guess, winter, and is really, really good, especially with the burger that I'm going to be eating soon as well. Now, I was talking on Stickcam the other night to someone, and I forget what her name was. Sorry if you're watching this, I don't think you are anyway. Because the discussion was about faith. Now, I can go over the superficial reasons why faith is kind of ridiculous. Because the idea of faith, when they say this, is I believe because I have faith. Kind of got that wrong. Normally you have a reason to believe in something. They have the basis of their belief is their faith. No one randomly says, okay, well, I'm going to have faith in this, and that's why I'm going to believe it from now on. Normally they are led to a conclusion based on their experiences. Whether or not that conclusion is correct is another story, but it always comes from some type of experience or information. Something happens to the person. So when they say that faith, I believe because I have faith. You need to have a reason to have faith in something. I have faith that if I call my mother and say, Mom, I need $50, I'm in real trouble, can you please send it to me? I have faith that she will, because past experience has told me that if I'm in a bind, she will help me. So when people say I started to have faith, this is what this woman told me. She said that she was on the fence for a long time, and she just decided to put her faith in Jesus, and from then on she was never the same. From now on not everything was, roses, but she was a completely different person. And I found that very interesting. Because all she did was automatically decide to have faith in something, and that in and of itself changed her, apparently. Now, I'd like to ask, would this be the case if she had put her faith in Islam or any of the other religions? Because they all speak to it as well, this power that faith has. Now, I would like to make a bit of a comparison here, or at least an explanation of how I think this works. My background's in psychology, and I can tell you, how attractive would it be that while we appreciate our freedoms, with freedoms also come responsibilities. When we screw up, it ultimately falls on us. Now, what if, for many people, we're given the option, if the entire planet were given the option is, listen, there will be someone who is above you that will tell you everything that you need to do and should do. They will take care of you. You will never be hungry. You'll never do any of this. Everything will be okay. The only price is that you have to follow this person to the T. How attractive would that be? Because when we're in this world, we always have the propensity to fail. All of our dreams could someday, could never be achieved. And that is a scary thought. But if your only goal in life is to appease one person who is directing your actions, I would imagine that a huge weight would be put off your shoulders. Because you're no longer responsible. This isn't a moral argument even. This is, someone is out there and directing you and taking care of you. I would imagine that would be a very positive experience. In fact, there are people who derive almost a sort of sexual pleasure out of this sort of thing. Not religious, not talking about that. But there are people who literally give their lives over to mortal people. And that is where they get their security from. This isn't about religion or God or anything. This isn't really... This in and of itself doesn't have anything to do with it. It's the fact that they have this same experience, this same lifting of a burden from basically becoming a willing slave. They want that. They don't want the responsibility. And they see this stronger person who's going to take care of them, who's going to tell them what they can and can't do, what they should do. And suddenly, the responsibility is no longer on you anymore when this happens. And I imagine that's what faith can do to a person, and why it's so attractive, and why people claim to have such meaningful experiences. Now, I'm sure I'm generalizing. I'm sure there's a lot of different reasons out there. I can tell for certain that there are people that just use faith as an excuse. Well, you can't tell me anything because I just have faith. What? Fossil record? No, I have faith, so those must be wrong. Unfortunately, believing in something, no matter how hard you try, does not make it any more or less true. It would be nice, but unfortunately our thoughts do not always reflect reality. And this is, I think, why another reason why faith comes into play. It is this, when you take it from its most literal intention, it is this idea that not only shouldn't you question, but you can't question. It is specifically designed for you not to question. Now, I know theists out there do question, and I think you should all continue. I continually question my beliefs on a daily basis as well. I'm no hypocrite. But I think if we really delve into the reasons behind faith, I think we can see it for the reasons why it exists. It does fill a hole, even if it only fills the hole with an illusion. And I know it fills the hole with an illusion because Islam and all of the other religions claim that it does, so only one of them can really be right. So most of the faithful are filling themselves up with an illusion at worst. At best, they all are. So, yes, this is why I think that, this is my reason for believing that faith is really kind of irrational. Or, at the very least, that it does not show me a reason why I should believe. Because I am scared of the responsibilities that I have. I am scared that I will fail. But I'd rather try to succeed. And many people have succeeded in their lives without the use of God. I can point to many. And actually, I've never been happier in my life. Ever. Maybe you can make the argument from when I was blissfully ignorant as a 4-year-old, before I even understood my parents were divorced or anything like that. But right now I have everything I want, and I am really contented. More so than I was before, when I was a believer. That means nothing, I know. But, yes, I just thought I'd mention that. Have a nice day. Honest Discussioner, out.